Do you feel, how was it for you maybe with families, maybe family issues going on back home and you maybe being on the road on the same time?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, when you're on the road, like even today, you know, you come to the Netherlands and you're here by yourself, and so all these great experiences you have by yourself, you don't have them with your loved ones, and you kind of want to share them, but it's, you know, you need to concentrate and do these things. So it's a strange, it's like two separate worlds. They don't really ever meet. But for the moment, it's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, until I can get the plane where we can take all the family out on my private jet, you know.
You're working on it?
Next album.
Yeah, but the two separate moods, do you think they're both equally reflected on this record?
Yeah, I think so. It's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I think they're both in there. You know, there's lots of stuff, you know, about looking out the window at home and seeing the people across the street, or 3 houses down, someone had just broken in the door, you know, and I try to represent some of that, but then I also have lots of stuff about me being in Vondelpark here, you know, where I wrote a song here for the album. So it's a combination of everything, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to talk about it, but to make it a little bit maybe less vague, but it's up to you if you want to say. Can you tell what's going on in your family circles? Or
my father was very ill last Christmas, and it was during a period of time when I was doing a lot of writing in Berlin. And so I wrote one of the songs for him, a song called Fighting, and wrote that for the orchestra. And yeah, it's always tricky when you go on about your private life, but yeah, it's just things that we all have to deal with, you know, with growing up and tough times, and even for us that sound like we're jet setting everywhere around the world, you know, it's definitely tough times at the minute, isn't it?
Is it for you important, or do you dare maybe on this record to expose that side a little bit more instead of the previous one?
Not really. I mean, I'm not sure if it should be so much of an open book, and I like the idea of in songwriting that it can relate to everyone can have their own interpretation. I don't need to spell out Mr. X and Mrs. Y.
Addresses.
Yeah, I don't think you do. I mean, I might do that. That sounds quite good now, but I like the idea people can pick up on the things in their own life that are kind of linked.
Did you present the song you wrote to your father already?
No, I never really had the chance, unfortunately. So, no, that's a definite no on that one.
But you will? Or does he have to find that it's about him himself?
On that one, I'll pass. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
Talk about it maybe. Yeah, well, that's then maybe an example of a more sad song. But can you maybe, to balance it, give an example of one of the songs that were written in a more positive mood?
I mean, but to be honest, I mean, even though there's been some kind of hard subject matter on it, I still feel it's quite optimistic as an album. I mean, it should be quite uplifting. I mean, that's how I intended it. And even in with tough things that go on in your life, there's still an optimism that can be found, you know. And that's the kind of guy I try to be. I mean, I mean, if there's definitely lighter stuff, you know. By the way, we're here in the middle of Amsterdam, and there's Vondelpark just out the window, and yeah, that's one of the songs that I wrote a song called Lazin in the Sunshine just down the road here in the park, and so there's lots of nice sunny stuff as well.
Yeah, because did you maybe found out about yourself that you're actually a more positive person than you thought?
Yeah, I mean, I just have to. Well, to be honest, if I wasn't positive, I would never have got my first record done. I'd have thought this is not going to do anything. I've always been slightly on the optimistic side.
Even naive, maybe, or is that
you could use the word naive. Some people would, yeah. Well, I suppose I've always been an idealist and a bit of a dreamer with that. So when you put those things together, that's my way.
Yeah, because there can be a lot of strength in that, and I think you proved that with your first record. But maybe did you feel that with the first record, working with an orchestra, that you set the bar pretty high for yourself for this one?
Not really. I mean, I don't really feel pressure in that way. I mean, it's obviously the hard work comes when you produce the record, and you know you're supposed to be singing with the orchestra, but you have to be singing in the same room. But then you need to be in the control booth listening to what people are recording. So it's difficult managing the two jobs. But I don't feel that pressure of bettering something. And That's what record companies do.
Yeah, because did they make things a lot easier for you this time?
Yeah, I mean, but to be honest, I mean, record companies have been great. They've been, I think they've realised that, you know, the stuff that really connects is the stuff that I do by myself, and that's the stuff I enjoy.